All right, it looks like we lost transmission a couple minutes ago. No problem. We are back in action here at Dutch Field, where the Dutch girls are taking on the Belle Tigers. They are currently down by a score of 13-1. We've gone back to Caitlin Floyd on the mound.
Yeah, you guys missed a lot of great content while you were gone.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes our internet out here, you just never know. So we are strained a little bit by the limitations of what we have, but we are back in action here, as you can see. Caitlin Floyd delivers, ripped down the third base line. Holy smokes. Clara did a good job fielding that ball and getting it back into play, but my goodness, that was ripped.
Now up to bat, we have the catcher, number 1, Natalie Gellert.
All right, so that was the leadoff hitter, Aubrey Rimmert, who has been on base every single at-bat so far. That was her fourth at-bat. She walked in the first inning, reached on an error the second at-bat, hit a single her third at-bat, and just got another single. Brings to bat catcher Natalie Gellert, who's also been on base every time so far this game.
She looks to bunt. She pulls back. They're taking a girl to second.
Clara comes in from left field to occupy the abandoned third base as Hannah Keeney was crashing on that bunt.
That's one of those unique things, being able to know where you're supposed to go. I'd still be standing out in the outfield.
Yeah, you definitely taught to not be a spectator, be an active participant. Runner at second base as Kaylin delivers. A bunt pops straight up in the air, and it is caught just a little bit out of frame, and they're trying to double her off at center, and the ball has gotten away. This is big trouble. This is definitely going to be a run. Just didn't have a backup there. So, it's interesting. We just had a play where we did have backup Clara coming in, and that play, either the outfielders could have taken back as Bailey had come in to take that throw at second base.
And it looked like it just took a little bit of a skip hop. And
at the same time, a great play by our catcher, Cameron Ryerson, who was able to haul that in for the first out of the inning. I've got to update my scorecard here, Coach. So that was a pop out to the catcher. So it'd be pop out to the second to two position. And then the first, Aubrey Rimmert scores on a throwing error from Cameron Ryerson to second base, trying to get double off. The runner had taken off.
And one thing we haven't said too much is that ball might be getting a little wet.
Yeah, so we are in the luxury of the press box here, where we are staying nice and dry. But down on the field, the girls are getting a little wet here as we have some sprinkles coming in.
And you guys can see whenever we go to that outfield camera, we have a couple people in the stands with umbrellas. Some people have jackets and hats on and hoods. So
our camera person has a Walmart bag over the camera.
We're classy.
Oh, yeah. We're getting it done, though.
That's one thing in the spring. Whenever I time track meets, I always bring a trash bag with me, and it goes over my camera. As long as my lens is working and none of the electronics are getting wet, we can still roll.
Caitlin Floyd delivers the pitch. It is a swing and a miss.
I like that. Looked like it was rising a little bit on her, got her to chase.
And this is the three-hole hitter for the Belle Tigers, Dakota Butcher. She has popped out, walked, and hit a ground rule double this game.
All right. Let's see
a little power here. Ball high here. It gets away from the catcher.
And I feel like she's been pretty patient. Patient hitter, waiting for a ball that's going to come down the line. And she looks like a strong enough girl that I feel like, you don't get put in the 3 spot unless you're going to be able to smack something. And I normally look at people's musculature frame, and she looks like a strong girl that can swing that bat. So,
and another swing and a miss here is going to make the count full. So Kaylin is out on the mound. She started the game, or I keep saying the mound. She's out on the rubber. She started the game as the starting pitcher, moved over third for an inning, and now she's back on the rubber, trying to go after the 3-hole hitter here. It's going to be a walk, though. Misses low.
Up to bat now is the pitcher, number 6, Nevaeh Kinsey.
Yeah, and it does look like they're drying that ball off, transferring one in, throwing one out.
You know, I believe that the turf is going to be, even if it's not actively raining right now, it did rain a little bit, so turf has got to be a little bit moist.
Shows signs of bunt. Ball goes high.
Runner's going to take second on the pitch that gets away. You know, one thing that I will say, baseball players, we loved it whenever the turf got wet. Great day for sliding practice.
Okay.
But you slide really far on wet turf. So you got to be ready to grab that bag as you go across it.
You know, I've always loved to run and slide, so I'd love baseball for that reason. Looks like we got a ball a little high there. Anytime I get to watch baseball, I'm always like, man, I'd love to be just a pinch runner out there.
We stole one of your track guys one year to do that. Bryce Payne did that for us.
You know, Bryce is a quick guy, and he played ball for years with those guys that you had on the team that year.
Really flourished in track, though.
Yes.
Fantastic track athlete, no doubt about that.
It was amazing that he was able to do both and be able to become a state champ and a third place and second place. Like, just do amazing things by doing both.
Absolutely. Misses just high there. Is going to give a free pass here to...
After the walk to the 4-hole hitter, we now have the center fielder up to bat, number 10, Victoria Bush.
Looks like we're changing balls out again.
All right, the 4-hole or the 5-hole hitter here is going to come to the plate. That is Victoria Bush. So far this game, she has struck out, grounded out to the shortstop, and had a walk.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get one of those first two to pop up again, and let's go after her, Kaylin. Let's do some work.
Got a strike, got the lower part of the zone there. Good pitch, Kaylin. You know what I'd love to see here? I'd love to see a twin killer, double play.
That'd be awesome. With one out right now, 2 runners on, we have 3 bases we could go to. Let's go to work.
Ball just low as the runners are going to try to advance here, and that would have been an interesting play there because I believe had Cameron thrown that ball and it hit the batter, the catcher has a right to throw the ball to third base, and the batter was trying to get away, but she's kind of backing right into her throwing lane. There's a good pitch from Floyd. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. She tries to go after and put the batter away here. Kaylin takes a sign. She's got the pitch, and she's ready to deliver.
Skips off the ground, but good blocking there by Cameron.
Yeah, ball just low. You know, I was just thinking about it, Coach. There is one sport that we will not be able to live broadcast.
What's that going to be?
Golf.
Golf. Okay.
I don't think there's any way we can get an internet connection out at the old OGC. There's a lot of ground to cover there, too. I don't know that our wireless receiver is quite that strong.
You know, that might be something. If you could post up at 1 and 3 and...
Yeah, there's at least some switchbacks there you could definitely get. And we got a dead ball here. Runners are going to have to stay put. Hit batter. She trots her way down to first base. That is going to bring to bat second baseman Miranda Sanders, I believe.
You know, it looks like we've only given 1 run up in this inning, so we're still holding strong, but we do have bases loaded here.
Definitely want to limit the damage. Try to get out of here this inning with just that 1 run so we can try to score some and keep us away from that 10-run rule. It's going to be a ball low, skips into Ryerson.
She looks off third base, wanting to come in.
Ooh, good pitch there by
Very good.
Floyd.
I love it whenever that ball just comes in and smacks right into the glove and you just hear it.
You know, there's something that is satisfying about that pop. You are right.
That pop, the pop off the bat, both of those things just sound great.
Ooh, had to be close on that one. Had to be close. Maybe a little inside, maybe a little low.
You know, I do love the fire she has right now. She's still attacking the batters. Score's irrelevant right now. There you go.
Gets a swing and a miss there.
Good hustle by Cameron. I thought the third base runner was going to be coming on in, but hustled after it.
Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on the batter. Swinging a foul ball as the batter fights to stay alive. Obviously, if you're the batter in this situation, you're looking to do some damage with the bases chucked.
This is what everybody lives for, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Stepping up to the plate, 3 on.
They call that getting the merry-go-round going.
Okay.
Get them running.
That's one of my favorite playground pieces of equipment.
Ball's put in play to shortstop. Emma Daniels, it's kind of a slow roller, but I believe she makes the play at first. I haven't seen the call on the field yet.
Outfield umpire did make that call out.
All right, so the field umpire is behind the shortstop at this time. Makes the call from across the diamond, gives us a second out of the inning here. Going to be a 6-3 putout. Emma's had a couple of those this game. Emma's a pretty slick fielder out there at short.
Yeah, it looked a little bit indecisive there, but they were quick enough with it that they were able to rebound and get it to first.
And the ball hits that darn plate again. There's just nothing the catcher can do when that happens. Absolutely just skips up high. I know Coach Kemp, he just absolutely loves that plate. Big fan of seeing that happen.
I'm sure he is, but as a tall guy behind the mound, he could just stand up and he'd catch it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know that is, it's just not it shouldn't be set up that way. Ball is going to be hit foul down the first baseline. Picked up by Blankenship as she gets it back into the pitcher. Yeah, you know, I had absolutely nothing to do with the building of this field, even though I was the head baseball coach at the time. Nobody asked my input on it, but I would be very curious to know why the home plate is like that. It should be sunk. Let me a ball low. Kaylin battles back here.
You know, sometimes those decisions just get made, and you know it sounds good because you have a plate that's clearly visible from all aspects of it, and maybe you know you don't have the same expertise of baseball that you know a head coach would. And
it's definitely visible. You got that right.
Yep. And we got a pass ball again. Runner takes third. Looks like we're coming up to 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Coach Kemp and we did a little bit of research on what it would take to actually get that thing sunk again. But the problem is that the turf is actually flush there. It would have to be actually dug out to be able to fix it.
That
It's
is
a bit of an undertaking.
right.
That's a great pitch by Floyd.
Brings the count to full.
One pitch here gets the Dutch girls out of this inning and back to swinging a stick.
Let's see what the call is. Let's go. Kaylin takes it. And
Swing and a miss, and she gets the job done. The
way
Dutch
to take
girls
care of business.
going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning, needing to score at least 5 to extend the game as the score has reached 15-1. Or, Coach, you have 16-1.
Could I be wrong? There's potential.
I'd have to look at my scoring here.
We're gonna do some accounting here real quick.
All right, so they stranded what? Runners on second and third there, Coach?
No, just second.
Just second.
And
so
she moved over to third.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got 15, but
I'll go down to 15. I got no problem. The scoreboard says 15. I'm just over here clicking the mouse button.
After the long Belle inning, we now have the Owenswood Dutch girls to bat, and leading off for the Owenswood Dutch girls is the second baseman, number 6, Lady Moss.
So if our score is right, we held them to 2 in that inning, which is a great feeling because that means we battled back pretty well. And then, as you said, we only need 5 to extend it, so that's much better.
it's going to be a ball outside on the first pitch there, delivered to Ms. Laney Moss, the Dutch girls' second baseman. Laney is a freshman?
Yeah, she is a freshman. We've got quite a few good freshman players on here. Gets the strike.
Swing and a miss, even the count up 1-1 here.
Another aggressive swing. You know, they want to hit it.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I don't know if there's been very many Dutch girl strikeouts, if any, honestly. They've been putting the ball in play every at bat. And there's another ball put into play, hit to the shortstop, pop up to make it
Now, the bat is
1 out
catcher
in the bottom of the
number
5th.
8, Cameron Ryerson.
Would love to see the bottom of the lineup here extend the game to the top of the lineup. In order to do that, we're going to need a base runner.
Yeah, I think this Belle pitcher, she hasn't had to do too much of in the lines of like pitch count. She's pretty efficient.
That's another interesting thing, Coach. I didn't know if you knew this or not, but in softball, I don't believe there's any pitch limitations. I think you can throw as many pitches as you want. Baseball, there's quite a bit of a pitch limitation. Ball is put right down the line, and it's hit foul. So in high school baseball, if you throw over 30 pitches one day, you cannot pitch the next day. If you throw over 45, you can't pitch for 2 days. It also depends a little bit on your what grade you're in. Seniors can throw up to 105 pitches, but if you throw 105 pitches in a game, you're going to be out the rest of the week on the mound. You can't pitch the rest of the week.
I can't imagine trying to throw the ball that fast.
That many times?
Yeah. You give me 5. That's it. My elbow's going to be aching.
Yeah, baseball is just a different motion, so not as much wear and tear on the rotator cuff.
Yeah, this is a natural motion, but I tell you, it feels unnatural when you try to.
Oh, got her with the off speed. Gets her off balance.
Number 16, Anya Bancoulter.
So 2 up and 2 down now.
That might have been the Dutch girl's first strikeout.
I think you're right.
Anya represents the last chance here for the Dutch girls. They're going to have to get, they need to get 5 across here before the last out here is recorded of the inning. And she puts it in play back to the pitcher. Pitcher receives it, throws it to first. I think she's safe. She beats it out. Anya with a big hustle down the line.
Now, up to bat is the shortstop,
And that is not a play I want to be calling.
That was definitely very bang-bang.
And we are back to the top of the lineup with Eddie Daniels coming back up. That's my nickname for her. Her name is not Ed, but
Nothing like a good nickname, Coach.
I love nicknames. I don't know too many kids I call them by just their regular first name. So Emma hears all spring and all basketball season Eddie, and so I started calling her that too. And
I've heard that from the stands.
she also
That's a pitch
Pass
that's going to
ball.
get away, pass ball.
That's great for us. Yeah, she actually told me that I'm not the first to call her that. She said something about, I think her dad and her uncle would refer to her as that, and
Really?
or something of that nature. And so I was like, well, hey, I like it.
Hey, that's what a good nickname is. Gets the support. People start using it.
If there's a name and I can say it loud, I'm going to use it. That was a ball. That was like one of the slowest things I've ever seen come across. And
That has got to be so hard to hold up on as a batter. My goodness.
I remember when Nate Cabot was doing slow pitch, pitching it to us like that. I was, ooh.
Definitely get you off balance, I would say that.
And then you get that right after it.
Catches the outside corner there. Brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike here against the leadoff hitter for the Dutch girls, the shortstop, Emma Daniels.
And she took a bite out of it.
Got to be quick with Daniels running. They do retire, so that is going to end the ball game with a score 15-1. Tigers are going to come away with a victory. Going to see the girls line up here, and there's not going to be a JV game this evening because there's just not going to be a JV game this evening. We'll leave it at that. I don't believe Belle has JV, so you're going to see the Dutch girls show signs of sportsmanship here. The girls clap hands after the game, tell one another good job, and that's going to be all we have from Dutchman Field tonight. Coach Dave, what'd you take away from the game today?
Hey, it's about the same thing. I think, it's about coming back and fighting. We saw, this This score represented a lot what we saw on Friday night with the football team. You know, not every game is going to be the best game you play, and sometimes you just got to battle back. So for me, it's about, you know, I said it already, resilience. What are they going to do? What are they going to do tomorrow? Because they play Sullivan tomorrow. And so anytime you play Sullivan in softball, you got to bring your A game or else
Yes.
it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, sports like basketball, baseball, softball, you got to have that short-term memory because you're going to be back out there again in no time playing. So, you know, I think there were some good things that we saw today. The girls were able to put the ball and play a lot.
The bats are working. I mean, that's important because there have been games where we don't have the bats working, and I think take and run with it. Your bats are swinging. Now you just got to be able to get it through the gaps. Right? Then just be confident in your pitching. Just keep building that freshman and sophomore pitcher up. I mean, you're young. You're young, and you got to keep remembering it.
Absolutely. You tip your hat to the Belle Tigers softball team. They came out and played a good day today, played a good game today. Wish them luck the rest of their season. I believe that moves them to 3-2 on the season. So, crosstown rival this year. They got the best of us, but still a lot of softball left to be played.
Absolutely. They go all the way till about early mid-October. So, hey, game's not over until it's over. But tonight, we end up losing it 15-1. But as you guys can see, you know, we did have 4 big hits. They had 6, and I think that's the big difference there is like just getting some more hits, and playing some more defense.
All right, well, we're going to sign off. Thanks for those that were tuned into the stream. Sorry the stream got cut off at one point. We will see you next week for the Dutch girls volleyball game. It's a suicide awareness game next week, and it is against Rolla, I believe. So we will see